incorrect. Override denied. Your password is incorrect. Override denied. Program activated.
Hello, and welcome to another Username Nerd podcast. My name is Mike Hewitt, and with me I have my co-host and brother in life.
In life.
And
what else about
I don't know.
Yeah, okay. Tim Hewitt.
Tim Hewitt.
Oh, man, he's just going to keep going.
I know. I was going to give you all these accolades, and then I stopped.
But you couldn't think of any. That's nice.
No.
Great.
It came to me too far. Never mind.
So,
we're back to Batman.
Last week on Username Nerd, Batman versus Superman.
Man,
I was
this
gonna
is
do like
hard.
Clip. It's not good.
This
it's
is
not easy.
hard to sit through.
So let's see. Last week we talked about.
So
we just got done with
yeah.
him saving Superman's mom.
Yeah.
And I'm listen. If anybody's on board for the Batman can do anything, I don't care what it is or how impossible it seems. It's Batman. He can make it happen.
Yeah.
That's me.
Yeah.
Okay. But some of the stuff in this, I'm just like, what? What? The fact that was what really got me too, was the fact that he was able to shoot that guy who's standing right next to Superman's mom.
Yeah.
Shoot that guy with the flamethrower in the tank. The tank explodes, but he has enough time to run over to Superman's mom, grab Superman's mom. Who's tied to a
wouldn't she
chair.
die?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then literally he
Okay.
throws his cape around him and her and then dives out a window. So you see them bust through the glass and flame is just everywhere.
Gotcha. Okay.
And I'm like, okay, that doesn't make any sense. And then he gets to the ground and lands, and Superman's mom's there, and he's like, "Don't worry, I'm with your son." And she goes, literally, this is her response. She goes, "Yeah, I figured because of the cape." She goes, "Yeah, no, I figured that you were with my son." Seriously.
Did people? Oh god.
So then, as all that's happening, okay, Superman goes to Metropolis, where the Kryptonian ship that Zod came on is still in Metropolis. Now, so earlier in the movie, basically, Clark Kent is like, "Hey, you need to let me," because the kryptonite that he found was in the Indian Ocean, at the bottom of the Indian Ocean. So he's like, "I got it off the bottom of the ocean."
Okay.
Because you need to let me get it into the United States. He's going like a senator or something like that.
Right.
He's like, "You need to let me get it inside the United States." She's like, "No chance." He's like, "Come on, listen." Oh, and
this is Lex Luthor.
This is Lex Luthor.
Okay.
Which you would imagine he's got enough
Just
money and
sneak
resources.
across
Just
the
sneak
Mexico
it through, right?
border. I mean,
but I guess so. That's right. Where that's who noticed he wasn't there in the hearing, was the senator that he's like,
Gotcha.
Yeah, And so all of a sudden she's like, "Wait a minute, Lex isn't here." She's like, "Oh no!" And bomb, boosh! And so he kills her, and that leads to him basically talking to another senator to be like, "Hey, you need to let me get it in here."
Now they have no leg to stand on.
Because at this point, Superman looks like such a bad guy,
right?
Because he's killed soldiers and blown up a building and
Gotcha.
left. And so the government's like, "Sure, fine," and he's like, "And I want access to the Kryptonian ship," and they're like, "Nah, okay, fine," and he goes, "And." I want General Zod's body. And they're like, "You want his body?" And he's like, "Yes." And they're like, only way creepier because this Lex Luthor that's portrayed is really creepy.
Right.
And they're like, "Fine." And so he's like, "All right, good. We got a deal." So now he has all these things. He has the kryptonite, which eventually gets stolen by Batman and yada, yada. But he went into the Kryptonian ship, and it has AI, of course.
Right.
And basically the ship was like, General Zod hasn't been here in forever. Do you want to be their new pilot or whatever? And he's like, "Yes." And so the ship's like, "Okay, what?" No code,
lockout
no
code.
authorization, nothing.
Gotcha.
So then he drags General Zod's dead body into the ship, this sentient ship.
Gotcha.
And the ship knows that that's General Zod because he was just talking about it a few seconds ago. Drags General Zod's body into this ship, which, by the way, is like the worst ship design ever because it's just like a lake. Like there's water all over the ground, waist deep water in this ship.
Gotcha.
So he drags General Zod into the water or whatever, and the ship's like, analyzing. this is General Zod's body. He's like, yes. And then he takes a knife and cuts his hand and like lets the blood drip onto Zod's face. And he's like, you flew too close to the sun. I kid you not. I kid you not. It sounds like a crazy roller coaster.
Yes.
This all happens earlier in the movie.
Why?
Well, so then the computer's like analyzing. Foreign DNA detected. And he goes, do you want to continue? And he's like, yes. And he goes, what you're trying to do has been forbidden by the Krypton Council.
What is he?
Hang on. That no one will be able to raise an abomination like that again. So it doesn't really explain what he's trying to do. Okay.
Okay.
But he's like, so the computer says all that, and he's like, well, where's the Krypton Council now? And the computer's like, well, Dad. And he's like, then do it. And the computer's like, okay, because that makes sense. It's so bizarre. So you don't know what's happening there.
Okay,
and then the movie goes on.
Okay,
moves on.
so they're in the ship.
Yes, waist deep water.
Dead body.
Yeah,
He cuts himself.
he cuts himself, his hand, and
The blood
comes
goes
out of
in.
Lex Luthor's blood goes onto General Zod's face,
Okay.
and then he literally looks at General Zod and is like, "You flew too close to the sun."
So what does that do?
I don't know, but then he pushes his body underwater.
Okay.
Under the water, so you don't really see what happens. But I'm
Okay.
assuming, and even when it happened, honestly,
Did he have a manual that like
no,
like here's a
I don't
potion.
know.
You
I
put
guess-
a dead general body in there, and
Yeah.
if your name's Lex, that's some kind of weird blood.
So, and it's funny too because I don't think I watched all the trailers and stuff like that leading up to this movie, but I didn't know that Doomsday was going to be in it
yeah,
until like the very last minute.
like it didn't
I
seem
watched
like
something,
you
and then I
need
kind of
that.
forgot. You know what I mean? I was like, whatever,
Yeah.
Doomsday, whatever. But when he was doing that, I thought to myself, I was like, maybe he's making Bizarro Superman? Like, what?
Right.
What? Or he's trying to bring General Zod back to
Right.
life. Something like that.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, whatever. That's what he's doing. Well, then Batman and Superman have their whole fight, and then they're friends, which is just so bizarre. And then Batman goes and saves Superman's mom. And while he's doing that, Superman flies to Metropolis because Lex Luthor's in the ship, and the ship's just shooting out electricity like crazy. It's like off on a dock or something like that. And the whole city's like, what is going on there? So,
Okay.
as when
Okay.
he gets there, basically, he
I
flies.
thought this movie was bad, but not
It's so
this
bad.
bad.
It's so bad. When he gets there, he flies into the ship, just basically busts a hole in the ship, flies down, and Lex is like, "Oh, you're out of time. Yeah, I see you don't have Batman's head." And he's like, "I'm not playing your games, Lex. Like, my mom's safe. You have no idea." And he's like, "Oh, I thought you were gonna fail." He goes, "I would have given the Batman a chance to kill you, but I thought you were gonna fail." So he's like, "So I had a backup plan." And he's like, "Welcome to your Doomsday." And he points over at this thing, and Doomsday busts out. That's what he was making with his blood and the kryptonite ship that apparently lets
Gotcha.
anybody do anything inside of
That
it.
is
Then
the
Doomsday.
weirdest.
Well, real fast to wrap it up. So then Doomsday starts fighting Superman. Superman takes Doomsday and flies into space. And he's like, "I'm going to push Doomsday into space," right? That's a good plan.
Gotcha.
That's actually a good plan. Gets all the way out there, and the government, the U.S. government, of course, in this movie, is just completely idiotic.
Right.
And one general's talking to like another general, and I'm sure they're both not generals. I'm sure that's not the case. But for the purpose of my storytelling,
Right.
one guy's talking to the other guy, and he's like, "Look, Superman's pushing him out into space." And the other guy's like, "Let's launch a nuke at him." And then one general's like, "What? Why?" He goes, "Superman's dead." He's like, "This is our only chance to get him."
Okay.
Well, they're far enough away that the blast won't hurt us.
Okay. So it's not two normal people.
No,
it's not like
they're definitely military.
yeah, enough that they could push the nuke button. So they're pretty high up.
there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And,
Gotcha.
Well, one's like a technician, I
So
think.
they're supposed to
in
be
a high-
smart?
Yeah, they're supposed to be smart.
Gotcha. Okay.
And so the guy's like, "Fine, we'll do it." And so they launch a nuke. Superman is taking the hot out space and just like looks over his shoulder and sees this nuclear missile coming, and like keeps going and keeps pushing him. And then he looks over again and is like, "Oh yeah, it's still there," and then keeps going. And then finally he looks over his shoulder a third time because I don't know where that
Right,
missile
right.
would have gone in the few seconds that you just looked, but looks over a third time and then spins Doomsday around to face the missile, and it blows up. You see this huge explosion in the sky, and then Doomsday starts falling back to Earth. And they're like, "Tracking target 1, Target 1, and it hits in Gotham it hits in Metropolis again.
Okay.
And they're like, Target 2, Target, bloop, and he's gone. And he's like, who was Target 2? Superman. Oh, great. So Doomsday's now back on Earth, and Superman's gone. You just blew him up. And it's like, what? So Batman is done with Superman's mom and starts to come fight Doomsday. Which is a totally unfair fight.
Sure.
He's flying in his Batwing, which, by the way, the vehicles in this were very cool.
Really?
That's one thing it does have for it, because the
Okay.
Batwing is actually like shaped like the old Batwing. Anyway, shows up, and Doomsday's just like, a Batwing, swats it out of the sky, and he crashes, and Doomsday's about ready to just like laser vision Superman or something like that, and Wonder Woman jumps in, like, whoop-ah.
Okay.
Save the day. She like crosses her arms.
Gotcha.
And, deflects the laser beams or whatever, and then just starts beating up Doomsday. But the problem is every time you hit Doomsday or cut him or whatever,
Right.
he just gets stronger. He's like exponential. He just grows from it or whatever. And then all of a sudden you see Superman out in space, like all blue.
Okay, whoa. This is the other thing I saw
Yeah.
online is
So bad.
Batman, doesn't he call Wonder Woman
No.
or talks to Wonder Woman?
No, Wonder Woman, somebody does. I think it's Lex Luthor.
No, somebody, because I heard somebody, he's like, Superman's like, I thought, who is she? And I thought she was with you
Yeah.
or something like that. And someone on the trailer was like, yeah, she was with you because you were the one that called her.
I think that was Lex Luthor.
Okay.
So I could be wrong, though. It could be Batman, because Batman could have found out, because remember, Batman saw the old picture of her and the new picture of her.
Right.
So obviously it's the same lady and she never ages or something like that. I don't know.
Yeah, she's a god.
Yeah, but
Or an
he put that
Amazon
together,
something.
right?
Yeah.
And whatever, from the
Right.
stuff that he stole from LexCorp.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? I bet it was Batman, actually, because then he sent that file to her
Yeah.
about all the other metahumans
Right.
and was like, where are you? Where have you been?
Right.
Which, that's kind of a thing that you would say to somebody you already knew. Like, where have you been?
Yeah.
So then she sees that a little earlier in the movie, and then when all this stuff's going down with Doomsday, she sees it, and she's like in a palace somewhere, and she's like, all right, I'm leaving. She starts to walk out, and some servant is like Princess blah blah blah, where are you going?
Right.
Or whatever. So she's obviously like royalty or whatever, and yada,
Yeah.
yada. And then she saves the day for Batman, like blocks it. Then Superman comes, so then all three of them are standing there, and that's when he's like, I thought he was with you. And she goes, or Superman looks over at Batman and is like, she with you? And he's like, no, I thought she was with you.
Yeah.
So then blah blah blah, they fight and end up figuring out that since Doomsday was originated from kryptonite DNA, that it needs kryptonite in order to kill him.
Mm-hmm.
And they're like, oh, we have a kryptonite spear in Gotham. We need to get to Gotham. Well, that's not a problem, because Gotham's apparently 5 steps away.
Right.
So they're like, all right, let's go. And they get to Gotham, and Superman ends up Superman gets the so Wonder Woman's doing all this crap, fighting Doomsday, yada yada yada, and from like clear across the city, not really the city, but like from a really long ways away, the only thing Batman does is like shoots a grenade, the last kryptonite grenade,
Right.
and like blah, and then Superman gets a spear and like flies into Doomsday, stabs Doomsday, but ends up killing himself. So Superman dies at the end of this. I know, I was surprised too. I don't think he's really dead, obviously, because that doesn't make any sense. They got to do more movies. There's no way he's really dead. But at the end of this movie, they have a really cool scene. It's like parallel funerals: funeral for Clark Kent, funeral for Superman, which nobody can do. Oh, Superman's gone, Clark Kent's gone. Superman died, Clark Kent died. That's another podcast
So,
for another time. But
Superman's dead too?
at the end of this,
And
they
Batman.
have a funeral for Superman. It's like an unmanned casket.
Both of them are dead.
No, Batman's still alive.
Oh, okay.
Of course, Batman's not dead.
Okay.
He's Batman.
Weird.
But yeah, so that's kind of crazy, right? Oh, and then like him and Wonder Woman are talking, and he's like, "There's other metahumans." He goes, "They're probably gonna have to fight eventually." And she's like, "Why is that?" And he goes, "I just got a feeling." I'm like, "Okay." Got this feeling. So that's it. That's the whole roller coaster from beginning to end. If you listen to last week's podcast, it was
Wow.
a mess. It was a white hot mess. I'm not gonna lie, it was awful.
Okay, so
Yeah, go ahead, lay it on me. Any questions you got? Cause woo.
first of all, I have some problems.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
There's a lot.
Oh my gosh. Well, first of all, why does Superman care what everyone thinks? I mean, the X-Men save the day, and everyone's pissed off at them. There's a lot of superheroes where everyone's pissed off at them,
Pissed off at whatever
and they still save it. But he seems really like
emo,
especially
out about it.
with having another identity.
Oh, Lois Lane knows he's Superman. By the
Well,
way,
yeah,
the entire time.
yeah.
Okay. So
She's
he has
the
a
only
confidant.
one.
You know what I mean?
But I mean, you just save the day, and you don't care. You just save it, no matter what. Who cares if you blew it up or whatever? You just
Not
go
to
away
mention,
and then show up with your glasses.
Show up the next time when exactly. Because not to mention, it's not like you have to go to the supermarket as Superman or go to the movies as Superman. You got
Right.
Clark Kent.
Yeah,
Let Superman be the jerk that everyone hates. As long as you're doing the right thing and saving the day.
exactly.
Who
And the other
cares?
thing is, you are supposed to be a good person, right?
Yeah.
It would be me, like, just imagine me fighting Dwayne Johnson, The Rock. You just run up to him and you just hitting him over and over. He can't feel a thing.
Yeah.
He shouldn't be fighting back. He just says, "Okay, listen here." Well, I'm just
I
punching
agree.
him in the face.
I agree.
He's like, "This is what's happening. Let's talk." I'm like,
Which, yeah.
bam, bam,
Which he
bam,
tried to start
bam.
doing that, and Batman hit him. And like, you're right. It shouldn't phase Superman.
No,
Like mech suit or
just
no mech
keep
suit.
talking. Who cares?
Yeah. Yeah.
Um,
But you gotta admit that I think they kind of wrote themselves into a hole with that one because they're like, well, how do we make them fight?
yeah,
Well, we could kidnap Superman. Oh, that's good. But still, why wouldn't he just stop?
I
Don't think about it too much.
I
Just,
know.
Just make him punch him and make him get angry. All right.
It's just sad that they took one of the best comics and then just ruined it.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
it's pretty hard. I mean, it has to be really hard to make an Ant-Man good.
True. But they did
or a Thor movie good,
Oh,
or
and they
a
did it.
third Thor movie
it.
good.
Yeah. You're right. You're right.
Are a lot of these?
I'm trying to think of some of the other ridiculous Marvel premises that were really good.
Yeah,
Uh,
I mean, Guardians of the Galaxy was supposed to be
Yeah,
horrid,
right? I'd never heard of Guardians of the Galaxy. before that.
horrible. I mean, there's all kinds of movies that you can mess up, but to mess up, hey, by the way, you have Batman, one of the best. You can
Yeah.
make a great, and then Superman. Throw them in there. You've got two big names. How do you screw that up?
I'll tell you how you make Batman use guns. Oh, that really irked me, man. Like
The
when
next thing is this: when Lex Luthor's like, "Bring me the head of the bat, or your mom dies." Okay.
just grab Lex Luthor, be like, oh well, no.
Well, why doesn't he just kill her anyways?
Yeah, very true.
If I was
Very
okay,
true.
listen. If you're the guard, just burn her body and then run as far away. Because no matter what, you're screwed.
Well,
You have a better chance of just
who are you
getting
hiding
away.
from, Superman or Lex?
Either one.
Either one. You're right. You're
just
right.
do the
Oh,
job.
and it's so like nerve-wracking because literally Martha Kent or whatever, they capture her, they tie her to a chair, and then the guy comes in and sets down a little timer on the table in front of her. And at like 20 minutes left, he sets down that timer and doesn't say a word and then just like stands there looking at her and then looks at the timer and then looks at her. And he's like, so obviously there's this, you're going to die in 20 minutes sort of
Oh,
thing.
man.
Then about 5 minutes, another guy walks in shouldering a flamethrower. And just like walks over, pointing it at her, just waiting. So I mean, that whole situation, I'm just like, oh my gosh, if I were her, I'd be so scared, like ridiculous. But yeah, you're right. Why not just kill her?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm obviously other than the moral predicament,
I know, right?
killing another human being. But
yeah.
if I were in that position,
And I don't know how
Yeah.
Marvel does it so much better, but they do. It's Civil War's coming. This is what I feel. Civil War's coming out, and they wanted to beat them to the punch.
yeah, I could see that.
DC has no problems. Marvel's fighting with Sony, and they're fighting with Fox.
Yeah.
It is Marvel has 3 different companies running all their movies. They're all squabbling and fighting among each other. Here's DC, run in there and steal the show, but nope.
Well, and it felt so rushed.
Yes.
It really did feel rushed. But not only that, just everything about it it had like this weird, I'm trying to think of the best way to explain it. Like something was just off. The entire movie, I'm like, this doesn't feel
Good. Like it felt like it was. Did it feel like somebody didn't know comics? or did they just not get movies?
I think it's a little bit of both, maybe.
Yeah.
A little bit of both, maybe.
Was it too dark?
Yes, everything was really dark. They tried to make it too serious.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe that's what it is. Because in the Marvel movies, it's a lot of action, but it's also very lighthearted, very funny. Yada.
I think what happened was
I'm just a guy with arrows. I mean, it's funny. It's
DC has had a hard road because first of all, they had Batman and Robin, and I think the next set of movies was the next Batman reboot, and they were like, we cannot be funny. We cannot be lighthearted.
That one was very serious.
And so we got to go the opposite direction because they were so scared of being Batman and Robin over again. And they had good success with Blade. That was Marvel. Never mind.
And the one joke that they did in the Christopher Nolan, that's what that feels like, got such horrible review. Like everybody was like, my Batman doesn't tell jokes.
And then they were like, okay, we got Batman. Let's step out a little bit. And then they did Green Lantern. And that was hard. I mean, they've had a hard road.
Yeah, that's very true.
Golly. And I can't think of one Marvel movie that's been bad. I mean, the Hulk's movie, there's a couple of Hulks that were bad.
Okay, before the current age of comic book movies that we're in now, you know what I mean, is excusable.
Okay.
The original Hulk, the first two Hulk movies.
Were pretty bad.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That stuff excusable. Okay, that's excusable. In my eyes. But I guess in that instance, in the Batman movies would be excusable too then.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm just saying it's a rough road to go down. But to mess a Batman Superman movie, I feel like they're rushed. And they wanted to get it out before Civil War. Now, Civil War feels like two superheroes fighting against each other for good reasons.
Yeah,
good political reason of not just
we're angry at each other.
angry at each other.
We can't talk for some reason.
And it seems like the previews had such a good handle. Like this guy came down from space. It seemed like good, but it didn't seem like that came out in the movie at all.
No.
Oh man.
No. Now, okay, real fast if I could, let's just do some things that I really liked about the movie, which was Ben Affleck.
That's all I've heard. Ben Affleck's the best.
Amazing. Like he really, as Bruce Wayne, he was great. As Batman, honestly, he was good. He looked awesome in that suit. You could tell he had definitely buffed up,
right?
Because the suit obviously is a lot of padding. I mean, in order to get that big is crazy. But there's a scene of him pulling a tire and doing some like a big truck tire or whatever, weightlifting stuff, and he is ripped, bro. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Also, the vehicles were really cool. I'm trying to think what else. There was one more. Oh, and I'm
the vehicles are cool. Oh my gosh! What else? What else?
Okay, so on the flip side, where as much as I hated seeing Batman just pull out guns and kill people, headshot, some machine gunning people, it also was really cool. Like in my head, my first initial reaction was, "Oh my gosh, they're doing everything wrong." But then my second knee-jerk reaction was, "This is not cool." I would enjoy. Everyone's always thought, what if Batman?
It's a cool dream.
Rules?
It's a cool dream sequence because it's not real.
Exactly.
Do you think that's why they did it?
Maybe.
I think they put that dream sequence in so they can all fool us in the trailer.
Yeah. Well, not only that, in the movie, the first time you watch it around, because you don't recognize the dream sequence until he gets shooken from his chair because the Flash is popping through the screen. Like, Bruce, you have to save us. And he's like, was I too early? Oh, I'm too early. So that, yeah, it was bizarre.
Okay, was Wonder Woman good?
Yeah. Everyone was like, she stole the show. She was only in it for like 5 minutes.
Yeah, I know. I think people want they wanted a Wonder Woman. They want Wonder Woman so badly that 5 minutes they will grasp anything.
Who didn't steal the show? The Flash, the Cyborg, and Aquaman.
Oh.
I was so upset about that.
Yeah.
That was like the big thing was Aquaman's going to be.
I was very excited about Aquaman because it's Jason Momoa, and I was like, oh my gosh.
Literally, it was bloop, bloop, bloop. Mm-hmm. He floats up to the camera. He's holding the trident, and then it's not like he's like, get out of here, like stabbing at the camera. No, he's just like, bloop, 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 floats back into the darkness. I was like, what? So do you think...
So this leads up, and the reason why they rushed this so much is so they can get their other movies out. Because this was the movie that opens the door for everything else, and Suicide Squad. Now, what I've heard is because of this, I mean, they had a definite date. They backed up and they were like, "Oh man, stop the press,
stop production on Suicide Squad.
This is bad.
We
This
gotta
is
change
bad."
some stuff.
So, and Suicide Squad was done in
Yeah.
post. It was done. They were
I didn't know it
setting
was that
things
far.
up. They were
That's
done,
crazy.
and they went back, and now they're writing. They're trying to say, okay, well, let's put a little bit more fun into this.
Well,
Not
that's
just
what I had also
jokey, but
heard.
more fun.
But I'd also heard that first trailer that came out for Suicide Squad, that it was kind of a more serious-paced movie, but that trailer came out, and it was edited to make it look really jokey fun.
Oh, really?
And they saw that and saw the reaction from that trailer, and they're like, oh. Well, people like the fun, jokey stuff. Let's add some more stuff in there. So that's what I also heard, too.
I mean,
But
they've already had people
I'm
watch
sure
the
it's
movie.
probably a combination of both. I'm sure it's definitely the main contributor.
Yeah.
The reaction from Batman.
Dude, it was literally like 4 days after.
my
They're like, just stop, back up.
Oh my gosh, dude! Headshot. That's all I'm gonna see.
Oh,
So,
okay.
do
So
you think it's gonna affect the movies coming up in the future? Obviously,
I
it
think
will.
so. I mean, well, I don't know. I hope they learn their
Let me
lessons.
ask you this: do you think they'll make it to Justice League? Because they're slated to do the Wonder Woman movie. Then
They're slated to do an Aquaman movie.
Flash.
Really?
Aquaman.
I know they're Aquaman. That's all the one I'm looking at.
They're slated to do I heard Wonder Woman, Flash, Aquaman. Then I don't know if they're doing a Cyborg movie or not, and then they're going to
Yeah, I
do
don't know
Justice
about that.
League.
I
So
know.
do you think they'll make it to Justice League?
Man alive.
I hope they make it to Aquaman.
I think they will push him out.
Mm-hmm.
Let me see.
Whether they get good reviews or not.
DC movies
Oh,
movie
man.
lineup. Oh my gosh. Okay, so I should have looked this up. Okay, so 2016,
Oh man,
we've got Suicide Squad.
Suicide Squad. Which, by the way, if the trailers are any indication of what that movie's gonna be, I love it.
It looks like in 2017, just next year, we have Wonder Woman and Justice League. So Justice League
filming? Oh, really? Justice League?
is in 2017. 2018, The Flash and Aquaman.
Okay.
And then 2019, we have Shazam and Justice League 2. Oh, in 2020, we have Cyborg and Green Lantern. So Green Lantern is which I never thought they would have done that. I think they would have done Green Arrow before they done. But
Well, that's like saying after the Batman Forever, I never would have thought they would have done Batman again.
Yeah, but there's
I
a
agree.
lot of different characters you're gone with. Batman's
But
a
that's
pretty
kind of the
big one to be
core.
you jump back in.
Yeah, but that's kind of the core Justice League.
Yeah.
Green Lantern's in there. You know what I mean? Like when I think of the Justice League, he's one of the main.
Well, he switches
Staff
out with
members.
Green. That's true.
Green Arrow's in there too, in my opinion. But
He switches out with Green Arrow because Justice League's always 7,
yeah,
and
No,
so
well,
it's interchangeable.
you know, like
I
Justice
see.
League Unlimited.
I
and-
see Cyborg and Martian Manhunter. Sometime they
Yeah,
switch
swap
back
them
and
out.
forth.
Yeah,
It seems like, and then the greens. They seem to switch the greens.
maybe they just got confused. When
I
they were
don't
writing.
know. I
Was
don't
it Green
know.
Lantern or Green
I
Arrow?
don't
I
know.
don't know. Just put
So,
one of them in
Suicide
there.
Squad-
No one reads this stuff anyway.
So, what do you think of the Suicide Squad? I love the
Oh, I
idea of it. And
Yeah.
I'm very excited to see Joker. Joker's always another person to come out.
I'm
and
glad you brought that up because I almost forgot. So I heard that the actor that plays the Joker, hang on, I have it. Jared Leto. Jared Leto. I heard that he's
Crazy.
well,
He
that
is
he's
crazy.
trying to like. He
Yes.
sent Will Smith bullets in the mail.
Yes.
He's sending people used condoms
Okay.
and stuff in the mail, like
Jared
all
Leto
sorts of stuff.
is crazy, and
Yeah.
I know it for a couple things. Church of Laszlo.
Okay.
Laszlo actually knew he's a singer too.
Oh, really?
And he was he booked Jared Leto,
Oh,
and
I've heard
he's the
this.
craziest person. He's like, I've heard he's the
that.
worst person I've ever booked.
Yeah.
And he's crazy.
Yeah.
And he has been, and I also watched a YouTube on like 10 actors who don't get out of character, and he's one of them. He just goes crazy. And to just be the Joker is
yeah.
that's a hard road to just say I'm just going to be that, you know?
Yeah.
Okay.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Especially like, oh my
Stabby,
gosh.
stabby.
Well, I'm excited to see how
Harley-
he does it with the role. in
This is
movie,
the
though.
first Harley Quinn we'll ever see
Yeah, it's
live
true.
on TV. Or what? I mean, was she in? I've heard her on Green Arrow, but was she actually in Green Arrow?
No, you just hear from a cell.
You just hear it from herself. That's
Yeah.
what I thought. I didn't
I
know
used to
down
be
the
a
road.
therapist.
Yeah, I know. That's the same lady from the cartoon show.
Oh, that's
Who
who voiced it?
Voiced both of
Really?
them.
I did
Birthed
not
it
know
all.
that.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
And I would say she's probably the most cosplay
Yeah.
superhero of all time. Don't you
Yeah.
think?
Oh, Harley Quinn.
Yeah, and
probably.
most loved of all of this general.
Yeah.
So
Well,
very
the fa-
excited to
the-
see her.
Yeah, and it's just such an interesting story. Her
Mhm.
not only her in continuity,
But outside
but
and how
outside
it
of
was
it too.
created.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
My worry is there's too many people in Suicide Squad. What is there, like 10?
Let's see. There are
We have Killer Croc and
Deadshot, Harley Quinn, Rick Flag, who was the guy who played
Right.
the new RoboCop,
yeah.
which I liked RoboCop. That was Amanda Waller, Boomerang, El Diablo, Killer Croc, Enchantress. Yeah, it's already Katana.
Too long.
Katana, Slipknot. So that's all that I could find on the action. And there's one more
That's-
like Jack Frost. I know. I'm not saying it right. It was like something
No.
Frost,
I totally with you.
who was like a henchman of Joker.
But you could have done that with 5
yeah, I
very
agree.
easily. Or
Yeah.
6.
Yeah.
Stay within that friend zone.
I mean, like some of these like I've never even heard of before,
I know.
and I don't really. I'm like, what are we doing?
Some of
here?
them are very like you don't Boomerang. It just seems so very
I like
excited.
the fact that they brought a Boomerang.
I am
actually.
kind of excited.
The other thing, okay, sorry, my voice is
No
cracked
problem.
up. In the trailer, when they bring Boomerang out in a bag or whatever,
That's right.
well, not only did it the fact that you go ahead and mention that part about the
It
like,
looks like he's shipped because it actually says post
like
post on
like
the outside.
Australia Post or
Yes.
something like that. But then the guy like grabs a knife and like rips the bag open right next to a zipper. Literally, there's a zipper, and you could have just unzipped, but no, he's like rip, just tear.
It's like
it on
nobody
open.
cares about them whatsoever, and I understand that. So yeah. So we're at 31. How are we doing?
Then a few more things. First of all, do you know who Deadshot is? Everyone knows
Yes.
who Deadshot is. Harley Quinn, we all know. Rick Flag,
No,
Never heard
no,
of him
no.
before.
I don't know.
Amanda Waller, I have only from Arrow
Okay.
because they did a Suicide Squad in Arrow as well.
That's
so
right.
you
Okay.
know, that's the only reason I know her. Boomerang.
I know Boomerang.
I know of Captain Boomerang.
Captain Boomerang. This is the same Captain Boomerang.
Yes.
Are
there really two Boomerang
Yes.
incorporated superheroes
Well,
out there?
later
Cool.
on, he does something very heroic and gets his captain ship. badge.
Oh,
I'm kidding.
Yeah.
I don't
No,
know.
wait. No.
Go ahead. Sorry.
Because literally, I was like, what? Okay, anyway. El Diablo. I mean, I've heard of El Diablo
Yes,
the
I've
devil.
heard of him. No.
Never heard of this character. Killer Croc, yes.
Yes, I've heard of Killer
Croc. Enchantress.
I have heard of her. She's not a
Never.
big character, but yes.
Never heard of Enchantress. And same with Katana. Never heard of Katana.
No.
Slipknot.
I
The
have heard
band
of
Or
Slipknot.
the super.
Exactly. Yeah.
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 It just seems like, yeah, you're right. Drop some of them off there.
Yes.
In fact, drop some of them off. Like, keep Deadshot, Harley Quinn, Boomerang, sure. Killer Croc, sure. Throw on Clayface, and we got ourselves a really good group.
Yeah.
Like a cool group.
And see, like X-Men can pull that off, but you're not. I hope they can.
What,
yeah.
like the outside character?
like 10 characters?
Like Megasonic Teenage Warhead, which
Yes.
I've never heard of before, but I instantly liked that character
Yeah.
in that setting. I was like, all right, cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, it just
Megasonic.
Megasonic Teenage Warhead.
Oh, golly.
Also, I liked how in the beginning of the new trailer they just put out, which they've done 2 trailers now with Wayne's World songs or Queen
Yes.
songs. I'm like, really? But they mentioned in the beginning of the trailer, like, what if Superman came down here and ripped the
Right.
roof off the White House and took the president? Superman's dead. So what's happening?
Yes.
So obviously something must be resolved
And
there. before-
Deadshot's not going to do a dang thing.
Yeah. Yeah, you're exactly right. But Batman shows up in the
Or Harley Quinn, who just has a
Yeah.
bat.
literally.
I don't know what we're
There's
doing.
nothing.
What is happening?
Batman was our best chance. But Also, so Batman shows up in the trailer. We see him. I know, like in the second trailer, he's like clinging to the top of that Lambo as Joker.
But it is not Ben Affleck.
Oh, I think it is.
Oh, you think so?
I think so. It's supposed to be shared universe, I believe, right?
Yeah, I think so.
I can't imagine.
The whole point.
I don't think he's in the whole movie. You know what I mean? But I think he's just like makes a cameo, like, "Hey, I'm Batfleck. Adios." I wonder if he finds that offensive, Batfleck.
He is. He is in Suicide Squad.
Yeah,
he's the first person.
That's our name.
That's really sad.
Hey, do you think Ben Affleck gets angry at the term Batfleck?
No.
I don't think so either. I think he was the best part of the whole movie. He's like,
I know,
whatever,
and I feel
whatever. Just give me a single movie. I'll do.
The one thing that just makes me cringe is I like him so much, and I wish he would have done. I mean, not he would have done better, but I wish. And that's what I heard from critics. The person who runs Rotten Tomatoes, she basically said, "This is not his fault.
Yeah.
He did the best he could with what he was given."
Yeah. Also, the actor that plays Superman, I don't think it was him that was wrong about that character.
It doesn't sound like it at all.
I really don't.
Because he was pretty good in Man of Steel. Like I said, Man of Steel is, I mean, it is not, it's not Iron Man or it's not Deadpool, but it's a good
it's worth
movie.
a watch.
I'd watch it.
And it's a satisfy is what you said.
Right.
You definitely
You sit there and you're like, okay, this is okay. This is good. It's good. But that's it.
Yeah.
I didn't buy it, and I buy everything.
You do. It's crazy. Also, the very last thing is in the
It
trailer.
does say Captain Boomerang here.
Oh.
In IMDb.
Captain Boomerang. That's what I was in Wikipedia, no wonder.
Gotcha.
Fan edited. Also, in the very last trailer they just put out for Suicide Squad, and I had to point it out to you because I'm like, am I crazy? Am I seeing this? There's a man figure with just a giant eyeball as a head shooting a gun.
Yeah.
Which I don't know what that is.
Joker.
It's weird.
Just throw that in there.
Okay, yeah. You know what? That makes it more
What if
understandable.
instead of having duo teams take on, what if you had the Joker and Lex Luthor both crazy as a
I don't think they
duo?
could. I don't think they could work
do that.
together.
But
you know what I mean?
just, dude, next time I'm somewhere and I have a Jolly Rancher, just do that.
Just push it in the dude's mouth.
Oh my gosh.
It was so creepy.
That's
weird.
the only part of that.
Oh my
so
gosh.
okay, so should I see it, or is it just so hard to see?
No, yes, you should.
Is it just because it's okay, or you?
Two reasons, twofold. You should see it. One, because
Just for Ben
Affleck was actually it was a really cool interpretation of Batman, guns and killing aside, really good.
Okay.
Like I liked the suit. It's very Dark Knight-esque, you know what I mean? Very bulky, older kind of Batman. It's cool. Two is just for the shock factor. Man, you have got to see this. It's like when somebody says, "Hey, smell this." You don't really want to.
Yeah.
But some part of your brain does kind of like, I wonder how bad that is.
Like, you know it's going to be horrible, but
you're like, I gotta
okay,
try.
I got to do it. Oh, man.
Yeah.
Okay.
But it's worth a watch.
Let's wrap this up. That's really sad, because that was one of the big movies I wanted to see this year. Not the biggest movie.
Well, we still got X-Men Apocalypse and
I'm so
Civil
ready
War.
to see that. And Civil War.
At
Both
least
Marvel.
At
least there's Marvel.
light at the end of the tunnel.
Golly. Okay. Well,
Comic-Con. We got
Comic-Con, May
Kansas City
20th.
Planet Comic-Con.
20th to the 22nd. Yeah.
Yes.
20th through the 22nd of May. We are going to have a booth there. We're going to be videotaping. It'll be great.
Which I will not be there on Friday. I know. I'm so bummed. Dude, you know what? There was whatever.
Go ahead.
I probably shouldn't say this on the air, but whatever. There was one guy. I guess he had court, is what it was, and they let him out of class during that first week, which is the most critical week because you got to pass that licensing exam.
That kind of stinks.
And I was like, man, I kind of was like, really? But I was talking to some other guy, and he had like a baseball game tonight actually. And he was like, I was trying to get out of work for that, and they wouldn't let him.
Oh,
and I was like, I know. Like he was like, I put it in before we even started.
Oh, really?
I was like, me too. And they go, yeah, they won't. I was like,
wow.
Oh.
I did not know about that. That kind of
just because that first 9 weeks is so critical. But then after that, it really seems like a really cool company to work for. Very flexible with a bunch of other stuff.
That's cool. I hear it's a very.
It's like, bah.
I heard it's a very good company.
Yeah. It seems really, really good. But anyway.
So
I won't be there on Friday, but definitely come by.
Yep.
All 3 days would be great.
Done some things with YouTube. Now it's youtube.com/c/username-nerd.
Really?
We're at usernamenerd.com. We need to start working on our Facebook page. Honestly, it's just the last thing I think of. I'm always working on YouTube and Twitter.
Which is like the most prevalent social media outlet we could have.
Really? Facebook?
I feel like.
I don't think so.
Everybody has a
It's
Facebook
more
page.
personal than...
Okay,
well, I could see
but
that.
everybody has a
Yeah.
Facebook.
True.
Not everybody has Twitter. Not everybody gets on YouTube. Although if you get on YouTube, everybody has a Facebook. You know what
I
mean?
don't know. Yes,
Who's
I
not
don't
getting
know
on
who you are.
YouTube?
Anyways, but yeah. And so stay nerdy.
Stay nerdy.
Okay, stop. Don't go to the next YouTube video or channel or skip or don't do anything. Real quick, 5 seconds. We have 3 different channels. Please subscribe to them. Username Nerd News, Username Nerd Comics, Username Nerd Games. We have separated them out into 3 ones. Choose all of them or just one to subscribe to. You'd love it. I promise you, we'll give you great content. It'll show up in your feed. You'll love it. Just real quick click. It doesn't take but a few seconds. You'd be awesome. Thank you. I mean, you're really awesome. Thank you.